Hey there, guys. Hello, everybody. Well, sweltering here in the UK. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great week. Thursday, so we're over the hump and about to cruise into Friday. And next week, we have the new moon in Cancer, which will be conjunct Jupiter. And I just want to give you all a heads up on what that can mean for you, what you really need to do. Now, just a little recap. A new moon and the 2 weeks after are a great time for new goals, new initiatives, new mindsets, to kind of refresh your manifesting and to jump on board with anything that's a little bit pioneering. So take initiative. So those 2 weeks always mean you get a boost. The energy of the new moon is very proactive, right? So whatever you initiate during that phase, particularly in the few days after the new moon, which is the 25th of June, is going to have added impetus and a little bit of sprinkling of magical moon power, which is going to be all the more intense because it's conjunct Jupiter, which is a lucky planet. There are lots of planets out there who are a bit iffy, right? Venus and Jupiter are the lucky ones. Not good for dieting, however. I just got to say to you all, if you're thinking of going on a shred, getting rid of a lot of weight or starting a new diet, maybe this isn't the best time. It's a good time to eat more healthy, like more nutritional food or anything like that, but not necessarily a good time for the old diets because Jupiter in Cancer makes you a little bit cravey, so you're much more likely to want to binge and pig out and that sort of thing. So just a little heads up, on my channel I've been having a look, well, I'm going to be having a look, I've done one so far, but I'm going to be looking at crime, true crime, in terms of people's astrological chart and how it may, inure them to get involved in certain crimes. So I've done a serial killer, I'm doing another killer that's going to be uploaded today. I thought I'd focus on some of the killers that have been featured in recent true crime documentaries like on Netflix and ITV and whatever, because we'll all have a good feel of what those people are about. So I've done Dennis Nielsen, who is like quite a serious British serial killer, 12 to 15 bodies under the belt. So I've had a look at his chart, and I'm also just looking at the sort of things astrologers would expect to see. And it's not what you would think, actually. Guess what? It's the mutable signs that are most likely to be serial killers. Mars in Gemini being a big indicator. The moon is usually afflicted by Saturn, and very often there are Piscean elements to the chart. Now, guys, would you guess the most uncommon killers or serial killers are the earth signs, right? So you're kind of safer with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, generally speaking, right? The months in which most serial killers are born are May and November, but they tend to be late May, hence the Gemini, or late November, hence the Sag. So they're just a couple of things that I came across. Now, what a lot of people would expect with the serial killers is for there to be like loads of Mars-Pluto, because Pluto is associated with death, destruction, dark energy, sort of jealousy, resentment. Mars is a little bit violent when they come together, crimes of passion. But you don't actually see that much. Strange. I once heard from a famous astrologer in South Africa that most of the murders in the world are done by Scorpio, and they usually murder Aquarians. Now, I've never seen any stats to back that up, so I don't know where she got that from. But I mean, Scorpio and Aquarius are a bit, they can really get at each other's throats. So I can see that one kind of happening. Right. Although in other ways, it can be a kind of special connection. So